time girl. Like, I'm going to tell you a story about how I got stressed during the quarantine period and how I'm not going to talk about how I managed the stress in this video. It's going to be in another video. So today, as you are getting ready with me with this glam and talking about the story, it's my first time telling a story and I know you're going to enjoy it. So if you're watching me and you haven't subscribed to my channel, I don't know what you're waiting for. Maybe you don't know how to subscribe. So look down this video, you see a red button there. You see a button there with a red written word called subscribe. Click on it and then wait for a while and then click on the bell over there too, so that you'll be notified anytime I upload a new video. So if you want to know the story, let's get right into the video and see you at the end of the video. Anyway, so let's get into the story time kind of thing. I'm really not a good narrator. I hope you really enjoy the story. So I'm going to tell you a story about me being duped by an aspiring MP. And oh my god, it's a long story. So probably, I don't know, but if not duped, I was tricked. No, I was duped. Tricked, I was duped. So anyway, so we're going to talk about it, but before I start talking about the story, I just want to work in my skin. I have my serum, my moisturizer on and all the process on, so it's time for me to go in for my primer, and then we get right into the video. So let me get my primer on and then we talk about the story. So I'm using my pore filler from NYX Professional Makeup to prep. Anyway, so I was telling you, so this is how the story started. I was one day coming from a party. Like, I actually went for the party and I had really good fun and I had to sleep over and then come the following day. So on my way coming home, I was seriously not, in fact I had not washed down, I hadn't brushed, I was just walking my way down home and then a car stopped. I was like, hi. And I was still walking and that kind of I want to get home attitude. So I was like, hey, hi, where are you going? And I'm going home. I was like, okay, sit in the car and let's talk. I was like, really? So he looked a little bit familiar in the community. So I was like, okay. So I sat in the car and then we started talking. And then he was like, what do you do? And I was like, I'm a makeup artist. And he was like, oh, okay, then I have a shop. I had to set my primer and then let's go in with my foundation. My go-to foundation is from a lovely cosmetic brand called Sickle. So yeah. So let me just say, it was at the early stages of the year, and the truth was that was my main aim. I was like, this year I'm working on getting a location so that I could really reduce the freelancing kind of job, like reduce it more and then get a location so that I could reach out to a whole lot of people. And then I was like, wow, you have a shop? And he was like, yeah, I have a shop and I'm even renting it out. I was like, okay, I'm kind of interested. I was like, okay, the shop is somewhere like 2 junctions from my area. So I was like, okay, let me drive you to the shop. He drove me to the shop and then he opened the shop. Actually, it was a weekend salon. So I was like, oh, okay, then it would be much, better. Like, I won't have to invest so much. We could even go into partnership and then get the salon running. And we were like, yeah, why not? So I was like, okay. So yes, so then it looks like I had a shop. And then he was like, okay, so get the key to the shop. The same day I met him. I was like, seriously? Like, yeah, so you can keep the key to the shop and then let's work things out. And I'm like, okay. So he gave me the key to the shop the same day. I was like, okay. But the shop had for sale written in front of the shop, which I didn't touch as of that time. I didn't remove it. I left it there and I was like, okay, is this guy for real? So I came home thinking about it. I was like, okay, then let me, decide on what to do. So I spoke to some few business friends of mine, and they were like, Anita, these people are not real. You need to get a contract. Let him get you a contract or something, so that if you know you're in partnership with him, it's signed and stamped. These people cannot be trustworthy. So I'm sad. Like, I'm just sad all of a sudden. Like, anyway, so I'm done with my foundation. I'm going to get my concealer and then we continue the story. But as I was saying, I spoke to some few business friends of mine. They were like, girl, you need to get a contract from him. I didn't know he was standing for the MP primary, so I had no idea of that then. So yeah. So the following day he told me he was aspiring for the MP around. He mentioned the constituency. I was like, oh, it's new to me, blah blah blah. The story got short. He took the bag, he went to pick the forms and applied, and the hustle through that was worth it. He asked for help financially, like, I want this, I want 100 Ghana, I want 200 Ghana, I want 500 Ghana. I was like, serious? So I was just like, okay, maybe when he's done with this, we can talk about it. Not knowing I was messing up. Oh, he started asking for little help, like, I need this. Oh, Mpacho, you call Anita, Mpacho, send me 200 to see Meliade. And I was like, oh, okay, such emergencies. I was like, oh, okay, like, but he kept doing it for a while. And then I was like, okay, this is getting weird. So I stopped for a while. And then after he picked the forms, the celebration and everything was over, I went over and I was like, dear, babe, you need to give me a contract so that at least I know that we are getting committed on this thing and like it's going to work out or something. And he was like, oh, definitely I will, but can you help me out? Let me finish with this political business of mine, and then after that we talk about it. I was like, no, let's talk about it now, so that when you are done with your political whatever it is, you get me the contract. And we're like, oh, okay, he's going to get it for me. So there's this part of the story I skipped. Before he went to pick the forms, that is a night before he picked the forms, he has prepared for it and he was so happy. The following morning, he was telling me that he brought some friends home, and then one of the guys picked part of the man, like stole from the man, like Orias can be. So when he got to the bank, he had to go and withdraw another money and add unexpected, I was like, oh, sorry. I felt victimed for that. I didn't know he was working my money. So there's something we call strobing and makeup, like you just don't contour, you highlight and then. So I'm going over my face with my Ezekiel compact powder. The L'Oreal powder is very heavy, and I use that because I'm sweating a lot around my hair and then my nose. You can see closely, so I needed that heavy powder to put my makeup to a standstill. So I was saying, so I asked for the contract after he finished picking the forms and everything was calmed a little bit. So yeah, we were fine. I almost became his girlfriend because this guy was manipulating me. Hey, he can even call you at dawn. I'm hungry, please come. Even you won't even say that. You'll be like, hey, are you asleep? Oh, you're awake. I need you in my house right now, immediately. And then you rush and go. You might think it's really he was not married, so you were like, what really would be the problem of your boss to be? And it was really stressful. So the long story short, I was hoping to open the shop very soon, even before this corona issue stepped in to even make the issue worse. But what happened was, because he was tricking me and he was not giving me the contracts, I was like, okay. I spoke to my senior brother. He was like, okay, let's go and look at the shop. He got to the shop and I was like, okay, we can try. So then I removed the for sale from the wall. So that means I was taking charge. So I started buying products, making arrangements. I got my hairdressers ready, those going to assist me start the shop. Like everything was set, ready to move in. And I was like, guy, I'm set up. We need the contract and all the come and see stories. Today I'm busy. Tomorrow I'm going to Takrade. Today he even won't make himself available for me to talk about the contract. So I was getting lost in the moment. And I started asking people around. I started asking community taxi drivers, like, do you know this man? They'd be like, oh, this man is a dupe, this man is a womanizer, this man. I was getting a whole lot of stories. So can you imagine such a person winning the primaries and becoming an MP? Like, you should expect what he's going to do. He's going to steal from the government. So like, I really wonder why he was aspiring for that. Maybe it would come with some connection later. I don't know. So, my awake alert in this whole drama was, there came a day he called me at dawn. That was when the corona issue was, happening. He was like, I should come. And I was like, okay. And I went, and then he told me a story of he stepping down as an aspiring MP and then merging with another aspiring MP. And that particular MP wants to use the salon as his shop, as his office. Let me be specific, as his office. And I was like, the salon has a lot of things in there equipped and all that. So why on earth are you going to use that as an office for a politician? He was like, oh, he even doesn't want to do it and blah blah blah. He's not in support and he can't afford to lose that. He has given me the shop, he can't do that. I was like, oh, okay. And then I was just there, like, hey baby, today I want you to be picking my calls, and then whoever calls, tell the person I'm not available. So I did. I was picking calls, Madam Secretary, and then he was like, you didn't do it all, you should have said it this way, you should have said it this way. Okay, at that moment, I had a lot going on. I was like, is this guy tricking me? And the guy was busy correcting me. You should have said this, blah, blah, blah. Okay, fine. I kept my quiet. And then I went dumb and I was just watching him. So after picking all the calls, and I decided, okay, it's late. I want to go to town. It was almost 12. I want to go to town. On my way going, I noticed that the aspiring MP has posted his political party colors. Yes, it's the sitting political party, NPP. So he has put in his, did I say MPP? NPP. So he has put in his designs in front of the mirror of the shop. I was like, dude. So this guy was tricking me. I'm going to use two wonderful colors here. This and then this as my bronzer. I just like, anytime I blend it, I like it. So let's get into it. So I was like, oh, so all this while this guy was tricking me. So I would really be careful this time around. So that was my awake alert. I was like, okay, since he has put in it there, then I can't start working any moment from now till they end the primaries. And as at that time, I was talking to you summer, April, May, February, January, February, March. I was talking about somewhere March. So I had to wait. He was telling me that the primaries was going to take place in April. So I had to wait till April. And after April, the quarantine came in. I was so stressed because he has taken almost every little savings of mine. And then I had also bought some products, like ready to equip the shop, done some little payments and arrangements, and even taking a training through my nail skills. Like, I was a bit good, but I wanted to take training so that I could do best at it, so that I could do it at the salon, plus the makeup, so that I have the hairdressers around. So the only thing I benefited from that whole drama was I was able to improve on my skills. Apart from that, there was nothing more really interesting. So I was partaking the nail training aside because I knew I was opening the shop after March. Then the quarantine came in, and then the guy started misbehaving. He will call you, and so you even come and cook for me. Like, guy, it's quarantine. Everyone is locked down, so I'm putting myself in a very good, safe place. Please take care of yourself. So I noticed the guy was trying to trick me. So I woke up one morning and I sent him a long message. And I was like, guy, if you're going to give me the contract, I'll be so grateful. I would love to work with you and have you as my boss. But if not, don't disturb me. And I want to have my peace. Okay, now, after saying this, I realized that this guy has a lot of money from me. And I really didn't know how to take the money. The guy is still having my money, like he's still in possession of my hard-earned money. And I really do not want to follow up on that because it will look like I'll be wasting more money chasing some small amount of money. So I was like, okay, let me forget him and then move on. So it really made my stay at home very boring. I was so down. I just couldn't believe I was the one that I was tricked. Like, Anita, you the one that you were duped. Like, anyway, so that's my story, and I'm going to talk about the other aspects of the story, as in the relationship aspect of this same story, in another video. So if you want me to do that story for you, let me know in my comment box. Like, I'll go into details on really the little tricks he was doing in the whole palaver. Like, I used my L'Oreal powder in the shade Cocoa, the one I used to set my foundation to contour my nose, like, because I'm not doing too much today. Now that you are done with the primaries, I'll be waiting to hear from him, but I'm not interested in the shop again because I have plan B. Yeah, so it's always to set a different plan. So I have plan B and I'm working on that. So the guy, so let me talk about the money aspect. So the money aspect, I was like, guy, you have my money and you need to give me back my money. You know, the thing is over, you tricked me, blah, blah, blah. I need my money back. And he was like, really, what money? I was like, hey, guy, let me show you the amount of money you owe me. So the long and short of the whole story is that I didn't get to the salon, as I told you, that I have to wait till the end of the primaries before I can get access to the shop, which I'm no more interested in. And I think I have learned a lot, and it's not easy to stand out for what you want and fight hard to achieve it. And I still have the courage and the strength in me with God by my side. So yeah, so if you don't know that I'm a freelance makeup artist, then I'm telling you today, if you want me to glam you for your wedding, for your photo shoot, for naming ceremony, for whatever the event is, I'm going to leave my business details in the description box, so please check it out. Or you can DM me on Instagram, and then we can, start caking, like do some little business, just to support you girls. So the last thing too, if you want to know how I achieve my lip combo, it would be on my IGTV, so you know where to find it. Yes, and so don't be duped, okay? Don't fall victim of, don't get tricked. I remember my mom used to tell me a story of how one of her younger sister met a man, and the man was like, oh, I love your sister, and your sister says she wants a phone, so I've given her my phone. We crasa our bread until me phone craft phone. Instead of the man buying my mom the phone, he actually gave his phone to her to be holding. Like those times, not phone was Motorola, any mobile can see any be, And it's the same way I felt victim this. Instead of him giving me the contract to work, he actually gave me the access to the shop and left me to be wondering and wasting time and money around it. I was like, wow. So don't fall victim. So yeah, if you want to know more into details of the story, blah blah, let me know, and then I'll open up some closed box for you. So if you enjoyed this video, do not forget to subscribe, like, and also follow me on my IG. I'm on TikTok to a Sweetness and I think I'm on Twitter, but I don't do well there. I don't remember the last time I went to Twitter and Snapchat. No. So if you want more of me, and I have a lot of IG videos also there for you, so do not forget to check that out. Stay blessed and I love you. Bye.